You've been told that you need to have questions prepared for your interviews. But do you know what a good question is? Or a bad question to program directors? Program directors don't want to be asked about call schedules, benefits, meal allowances, their weaknesses. In this video, you will learn how to ask outstanding, program-specific questions that will leave a lasting impression in your outstanding interview. All right, so what questions are you going to ask? Don't ask this. All right, you guys don't want to be asked what your weaknesses are. Definitely don't ask what weaknesses there are of a program, okay? If there's severe weakness or if they're on probation or something like that, they have to tell you. Otherwise, don't ask like you could ask what's your board pass rate. You can ask those questions. There are ways to kind of look some of those things up. But you don't necessarily want to ask the program director flat out, so what's your board pass rate? Okay. They don't like that. You want to ask better questions. So part of asking these better questions is showing off that you actually learned a lot about their program already. So here's an example. I think we have 3 examples. In school, I had several international health experiences, which I have found very fulfilling. That's why I was particularly excited to learn about the global health track that you guys have here. What kind of impact does the global health track have on residents in your program? Right, so that last one is the question, and they're going to tell you a lot about how it impacts things, and you're going to learn something very valuable about the program. But what's more important is everything at the top. You're telling them exactly what they want to hear and how great they are. Okay, here's another one. I looked online for research, both clinical and bench, going on here at your university. The clinical work in diabetes and HIV really interested me. What's the feasibility of residents getting involved with research during these 3 years? So the lower part is your question, but up there is all of the stuff that you're showing off that you read about the institution. Now, you don't want to show off, but you want to compliment them. You want to show them that they are important to you. If you don't do these things, you won't have a bad interview, but you're not going to have a good one. And then finally, I think there's the last one. I know all programs are focusing on primary care, as it is and will be important for years to come. I'm obviously interested in primary care and see myself continuing in an underserved primary care role as my career progresses. What opportunities do you have to support community outreach here? So now, if you know that they have some community support outreach stuff, you would change this and say, I've seen that you have some community outreach programs, this one and this one. How active are residents in it? But if you can't find anything, this is a nice way to put it. Oh, and one bonus one, that you're really excited about working with all groups and you've heard the support and the camaraderie are unparalleled. With having the most active pediatric group in the area and no hospitalists to cover the inpatients. Oh, sorry, this one's more for attendings. But the question that they're asking here is, what support would the practice put behind this type of venture, hopefully increasing clinic time and revenue, right? So they're talking about everything they learned about the practice, and then they're getting to the question to be able to do more of what they want to do.